So, I know nobody asked for this, but I'm gonna do it anyways because fuck it. I'm that fucking guy, right? So, welcome to the Busta Sheets podcast. This will probably be the only time I ever do this because I just want to be real with y'all for a second. But so yes, if you don't know who I am a shitty SoundCloud rapper. Um, And yeah, so my music is shit. I know that. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to hate on me either. That's fine. You can say what you want, but I'm just trying to have fun. So, you know, you can whatever. But I you know, people have told me that, my personal life, that, my I would be interesting for a podcast, and I mean, I guess, could be. But this one, I like to, with my music and stuff, I like to try and tell people, the real shit that's going on, and the mental struggles that you go through, as growing up in this generation, to be honest. So let me just, I guess, just start from where I started from. So I started all this, like 3 years, no, 4 years ago, maybe five, um, when I was in high school, and I just had gone through a lot of hard things. There was a lot of mental struggles going on mentally, a lot of lack of self confidence, just a lot of like, I didn't like myself, I didn't like what I was doing. I was kind of being an asshole, and I noticed, and so I was kind of like, had this like thought in the back of my head. I was like, I was really like, Juice World inspired me a lot, so I kind of started to write like stuff, just poems and just things like that. So it all started out as just like poems and writing stuff down. And if you remember, if you're like an OG, you might remember the first album ever. Um, was really really bad. It was really bad. I didn't write anything. I literally came home from school early one day because I was literally having a panic attack. Um, and I had to come home early from school one day, and I just sat down at my desk and I literally recorded like 8 freestyles. And they were really bad. They were really fucking bad. And so basically, I kind of just, you know, I was just kind of speaking. I was just kind of just letting off my anger. Like, I was so angry for no reason. Like, there was literally no reason for me to be that angry, and like, shit just was going absolutely wild. Like, I couldn't even like, I couldn't convey my feelings because I was just so angry, and like, there was like people around me and all the like girls and shit that I was struggling with. Like, I couldn't even like comprehend that shit. Like, I was just like, I don't know what the hell was going on. But like, so we dropped that, totally like independent. And it was really bad. People at the school made fun of me for it. But then there was also people that really supported it. So if you you know who you are. And I fuck with you for that. So if you supported it back then and still support it now, you're like my family. So you know who you are. I mean, and we still get new people every day, but it's not, they don't know, because a lot of those songs got removed. Because personally, I removed them. I know that I know that some people don't know that, but I removed those because I was like, they're really bad. So I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of those. Because I kind of wanted to start changing my flow and changing like the way that I was doing things. But so if we like take a look at like generally what had happened throughout the years. Um, I dropped that first album. It was nothing but freestyles, and it was really bad. Like, throughout my music like making, I was just trying to like find myself. Like, I couldn't. Like, I could not find my footing. I still haven't found my footing. I feel like I tried different things and they just don't work. Like, so that I have so much respect for anyone who makes music right now, because like I don't understand how you even can do that right now. Like, it's insane. Like, it's absolutely crazy, because like I mean, like, it's so difficult to like think of different things, get a beat, like actually do it, and to find time in the day to do it is just like insane. But um and then, you know, we dropped those first like 7 or 8, um and well, I say we, it's just me. um but like we dropped those first ones, and it was crazy, because like the whole school basically knew about it. It was like going around, but they still barely got any plays. I mean, we're talking like 20 plays at most, 30. Um, and at that point, all of them were freestyles except for one of them. Like, I was right, I wrote one, and that one was not the best. So, um, yeah. But then, like, later, I was like, ah, fuck it, I'm just like gonna experiment, right? And I wanted to be funny, so I made the Christmas song, and the Christmas song actually did really fucking well, which I can't fucking believe that. But I mean, really well for my standards. Like, it has the most plays out of any song that I have. um, but like, it's really bad. Like, the song is really bad, guys. The song is really fucking bad. Like, like I don't understand why people like it. Like, it's really fucking shit. Like, it's shit, guys. Come on. Um, and like any of my early shit, I feel like I haven't made like a good song up until this last time. Like, I don't even know about this last time. That might be a stretch, but like, and then we go on to the next one, which was the Bathtub album. Um, this is like I like to call it. It doesn't really have a name. It's just 3 singles. But I call it the Bathtub album because I took the picture in a bathtub. So, um, but that one kind of flopped as well. Nobody, I mean, people knew about it, but like it got a good amount of plays, but like people just didn't really care. So that's all right. But yeah, and then we moved on to the next one, which was like kind of like the first like actual album that I actually kind of put effort into. Because beforehand I didn't really put that much effort into it. If I'm being honest. But that also came out at a time where it was really bad in my life. Like, everything was just like, it was just shit. Like, I had a girlfriend, and then she just broke up with me and like ghosted me. And I was just going through a lot of mental things. I really just was like fucked up. Like, I really was just fucked up, and like I feel like it was like the only way that I could even convey my feelings to people were through the lyrics, and like I feel like nobody really listened to them. And like people were just like, haha, he's making music, it's funny, but like, no, this shit is like for real. Like, I'm speaking from the heart, like, a lot. Like, if you actually pay attention to the lyrics and what I'm saying sometimes, like, I'm like speaking from the heart, like, a lot. So, but I'm not gonna hate you for that. I'm not gonna hate on you for that. At least you listen to it, right? But yeah, and like you have like betrayal. Like, if we look at betrayal, like, I just that song was like meant a lot, because like it really told me, it really like was me telling them that, like, like I was betrayed by this person, and this person betrayed me, like, obviously referencing like that. So, I was like, I had been backstabbed, and like it hurt me. And so I made the song, and that's just, that's just how it was. And I'd also like to say that, if anyone is going through something, like mentally, like you're like, depressed, or you have like anxieties or whatever, please like talk to somebody, because it's so much better to talk to somebody else about it, and like let them know, because if you just sit there and suffer by yourself, trust me, it's not good. It's not good. And thankfully, I found a media to kind of like voice that, but like nobody really cared about it. But like at least I found that media, like I found something that actually like let me say my stuff. Like I found something to vent to, and it really helped. So if y'all are feeling that way in any way, kind of shape, form, please, like, talk to somebody, like, please, like, because I don't want anybody listening to this to feel like garbage. Like, I want you to listen to this and be like, this is inspirational, you know, you're finding your footing in life and shit. So, yeah. So if I go on to the next thing, I took a very long break. I mean, a very long break. Um, and then I came out with another album that really flopped. It was really bad. I got like 10 plays. It was really bad. But I think I came out with like my two best songs with that one, Mitsubishi and Last Night. Like, Mitsubishi meant a lot to me because obviously that's like, I don't know, like, I like cars now, and like I was worked hard to get that car, and I put in the work, I put in the time, and I got the car that I wanted. And it was just kind of me like talking about how I want to be successful, and like how I want to work for what I have, and it just taught me a lot. So, but then, then we notoriously have the "Mad at Me" song. I mean, to be honest, I don't know what the fuck I was doing with that one. For those that know, they know. But if you don't, then it's probably better that you don't. The song is really bad, but I was trying to be like, they trying to be Cardi, like I was literally trying to be Cardi, and it didn't really work. But it's funny to listen to sometimes, because I'm like, it's funny. Like, if you want to laugh, if you want to have a good laugh, you can listen to it. But sometimes it's just ridiculous that I actually sat down and did that. Like, I mean, once again, effort here is not like high. Like, I'm not like in the booth or anything. Like, I'm just in my room. Like, I'm just literally just sitting here in my room, just like with a fucking Apple microphone. Like, it's nothing crazy. But also tinted windows. Like, I feel like nobody like it gets some plays, but like I feel like nobody cares. Like, I like that song. I like the beat. I like the flow that I had. And I kind of, it has some references in there that if you know me personally, you might understand. But and it's kind of hard to find them, but it's fun. It's fun. Like, that album was fun. Like, there were a couple that were like heavy and like trying to convey emotions, but at the other times I was just trying to have fun with it. Like, I was just trying to find a flow, and I was just trying to have fun. So when making that, I'm trying to think of when that was. I want to say it was either senior year. Yeah, it had to have been senior year of high school, summer of senior year at some point like that. Yeah, I took a long break in between them because I started in like junior year or sophomore year. And I took a huge break. And that album just, I was just trying to have fun with it again, because it was truly fun. I mean, it was fun. It was fun to do. So, I was just trying to have fun with it. And like, I feel like people sometimes didn't really understand that. And some people were like hating for me trying to have fun. And, that's just, I'm not complaining, because obviously, people are gonna not like what you do, and people are gonna hate on you because they probably feel insecure about themselves, and I understand that. because, I've also hated on people for no reason. Um, and, I mean, I feel like everybody does, right? Like, everybody, hates on each other. And once again, the very first album, some of the very first stuff, I was like, hey, we gotta come together, guys. Like, I mean, even though it's stupid, but, we gotta do that. And, you know, it's just, you gotta come together sometimes. And it's just the way it is. But I want to kind of go over, like, the most recent album in terms of, like, lyrics and stuff. And, like, kind of explain, kind of like a Genius interview type thing right now. Um, this might take me a minute to, like, actually get set up, because, like, I kind of just, like, started this. Like, I didn't think about it at all when I, like, whatever, pulled this up. So it might take me a second. Um, and I am going to be reading a song that was never made, because well, it was actually made, but it was really bad. So I decided not, I decided not to release it. But I'm gonna go through this most recent album's, like, lyrics and try to explain them, because I think that would be interesting. So, um, I'm trying to see where did that start. So, um, I don't know. I think I didn't name one of them on accident. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna start with Sometimes, which, you know, so that one's kind of just like, it goes like, sometimes people don't give a shit. Sometimes people just sit and watch me struggle with all this shit. At that point, when I was writing that, I just felt like alone. Like, I really felt alone, and that nobody was there. And so, like, and then I also felt like I was trying to, like, I was trying to convey that I was feeling a certain way, and nobody was caring. Like, nobody cared. So that really, this song was hard to write. It was really hard. Um, Sorry, I blanked there for a second. But I would literally say it's a cry for help. Like, again, and like, I don't know. But like, also, I'm fine. Don't worry. Um, and like, again, sometimes I never want to wake up again and have to deal with everything going on. Sometimes I just want to be gone. Sometimes I fall asleep at dawn. Sometimes life is chess and I feel like a pawn. Once again, kind of just like, nobody gives a shit. Like, nobody cares, you know. Um, and like, that shit hurts, It hurts sometimes. But it's all good. And then it's like, you know, sometimes I feel horrible. Sometimes I feel unbearable. Like, life is unbearable. Insecure, just stuff like that. It's just kind of me just once again saying, it's tough. It's tough out here on the streets sometimes. Um, and then, so if you get into, like, the next one, it's, they trying to ruin my life. I can't handle all the stress, all the strife. At this point, I was going through some personal stuff that I'm not gonna get into, because it's kind of a long story, and it's kind of like a legal issue kind of thing. Not really a legal issue, but like, I don't think I can say much about it, because, like, I have to be very vague, because I don't want to get in trouble with anybody. But it's not bad. It's not bad, guys. It's not bad, I promise. But, it's like, they're trying to ruin my life. They took my heart, stabbed it with a knife. You tried to take away all the hard work I did, tried to kill me, tried to take me off the grid. You tried to get rid of me. So, kind of like that, where it was like, and then it said, tell me to take the plea. But I told them to go fuck themselves, basically. So, with the thing that I did, I literally basically told them to go fuck themselves. And I was not going to take a plea, quote unquote, because they offered me, like, this whatever. Like, I can't get into the details, but somebody offered me a deal, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm fighting for my right. Like, I worked hard for that, and I'm fighting for it. If you know, you know. And then they tried to, like, ruin my shit. Like, they try to ruin my future. Like, dead ass. Like, I know y'all are probably like, what the fuck are you talking about? But, like, probably legally can't talk about it. So, um, but, like, I'm just trying to, like, sit there and, like, convey that I'm feeling like garbage. And, like, I feel like I feel like I did it pretty well. And so, I just kind of get into, like, talking directly to these fuckers that tried to ruin me, like, tell them, you better call your lawyers up because I'm coming. And, that's where the line, call the lawyers up, boy, you better call Saul. I didn't even watch Breaking Bad when I come up with that, but I eventually did. I eventually have. Breaking Bad's a great show. I'd love to talk about it someday. If I do an episode 2, I might talk about that because I think that show is fucking awesome. So, and once again, sometimes I put up a wall, to block people out. I definitely do that sometimes. I think everybody's guilty of this sometimes when everybody's, like, asking you how you feel and you're kind of just not feeling like you don't care. Like, you don't want to talk to nobody. But then, so you get to, I feel so helpless. I'm locked in a burning building. I was feeling really helpless at this point because I honestly thought that these people that were trying to come after me were going to win. And I was literally at the point where I was like, my life is over. Like, I literally thought my life was over. Like, I literally was like, I walked out of my class one time and I just started bawling, crying. Like, I was literally crying in the fucking hallway. Like, I don't think anybody noticed, but literally I was bawling, fucking crying in the hallway. And, like, it was really bad. So, once again, just back into that chorus where it's saying, they're trying to take my shit. So, but once again, can't talk about it because legal shit. I mean, it's over now, but, like, legally probably can't talk about it just because, like, I'm not gonna get into it. And then you got GOAT, which is some personal favorite. Not personal favorite, but, like, I know people that are like, oh, that's my favorite. I mean, I was just feeling myself. There's really no, like, there's really not a lot to dissect here. Like, I feel like it speaks for itself if you, like, read it. Just, I'm the greatest, like, I don't, like, that's just how it was, bitch, I'm the GOAT, they call me the greatest, I was just feeling myself. I think this was right after a point in time where, like, I wrote this song right after I asked the girl out, and she was like, yeah, but obviously, we all know how that ends up later in the album, if you pay attention to it. So, yeah. And also, this song was sitting in the vault. Not the vault, I call it the vault, but, like, it was sitting in my Google Doc for, like, a year and a half. I wrote this a long-ass time ago, man, and I never did anything. Like, the motivation was not there, and, like, senior year of high school, it just was not there. And so I finally released it this year, or this year or last year, whatever. No, it was this year. And I was just feeling myself, and I was just kind of talking about the stresses of life and depression, and I had to express my feelings through this song. So, but and then I literally, got voted best dressed. I literally got voted best dressed. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And so then it kind of just keeps going with, like, I'm the GOAT, and, like, my whatever. I feel like it's underrated. I'm the greatest thing on the scene. My fit so clean. My girl is a queen. We sipping that lean. Got blood on my jean. I'm the best they ever seen. It's me or him, no in between. I am a machine. Ever since I was 15, working every day and night to get that green. Shot me in the spleen, bleeding out like Halloween. Heads in a guillotine. Put me on the front page of a magazine. Like, that shit's hard. Okay, like, I don't give a fuck what you say. That shit's hard. And then I like the one that's like, I like the line where it's like, put on a Gucci coat, label wrote me a banknote, 10 million on a check, just broke my neck, jumped off the deck, landed in a pool. That shit's fun. Like, it's just fun. And then there was also a verse that didn't make it in. I did have to cut the song early because I ran out of time. So, yeah. But should I say that? Yeah, I'll do it. So I was gonna have something in there that was like, they call me a hustler. Just brought a brand new muffler. She cut my jugular. Now I'm dying on the regular, but at least I'm the go. But I feel like that doesn't really fit, right? So a lot of yeah, it just didn't fit. Like it didn't really fit, and like I'm dying on the regular just doesn't sound fun. Like, it's just stupid. Um, and then we got one of my personal favorites that I've written because I think it's funny. Mayo. And if you know the story behind this, this is definitely about a girl that fucked me over. So it starts off with, let me be honest with you for a second, because I feel like I was never honest with her, like truly honest with her. And she's still, she's delusional. Let's be honest, she's delusional as fuck. But, she still doesn't really know, like, what she did wrong, apparently, according to her. And please, and so, like, probably haven't thought of me, I reckon. And, and then I say I fell into abyss. I think life hates me. Call me Chris, like, the show. I lay in my thoughts, I reminisce. My mood is shit, it's hit or miss. Probably got bipolar disorder. Put me behind bars, law and order. Just talking about sometimes how I kind of do feel like my mood is, like, either really good or really bad. And there's no, like, in between. Let's see. So, and then I kind of was like, I think a funny thing that I did was, feels like it's made of, or wait, no, my heart is made of steel, but it feels like it's made out of rubber, because I am rubber and you are glue, and what you say to me bounces off of me and goes right back to you. That shit's just funny. Like, I heard that shit one time and I was like, I gotta add that. Like, that shit's just funny. It's a saying, so, I just thought it was funny, and I thought it would be funny to put in a song. And then I was also, and then it goes on to say that the shit is overdue. I feel so numb to the core, got me lying on the floor, laying next to a whore. She might be a 4, and so, like, that's obviously a dig at shoddy, but, like, nobody, like, try and go research and find her, because, like, that's just mean. Like, don't do that. And then, once again, I was talking, give me that alcohol, watch me pour more and more. Low-key feel like it's beginning to be a little bit of a problem. But it's fine, because I'm doing it in moderation. So, moderation. I believe in moderation. So, because I literally can sit there and just moderate it. I'm not doing it all the fucking time. It's even, doctors are like, it's fine to drink every now and then, but, anyways, we're not gonna get into, like, medical shit. So then again, it's like, I'm pouring alcohol so that I can hide the pain. And then, once again, but your father disapproved. Now I'm getting back to my groove. Her dad was kind of wild, so that's unfortunate. And didn't like me, I think, but it is what it is. And then I really fucking dig into her when I say, I'm about to heat up. You said, you got an ego, bitch. You look like a mouse, bitch. You got addicted to crack, bitch. You smoking crack, bitch. Fucked you one time, now my balls itch. What the fuck, bitch? I'd rather eat a whole jar of mayo than talk to you for another minute. I think I've reached my limit. Like, I was just kind of, I was pissed, and I was getting angry, and I was like, fuck you, and, like, you fucked me up, so I'm gonna fuck you up, like, give and take, Um, like if you're gonna dish it out, you better be ready to get it back, cause you know, I mean, obviously she don't listen to this. She don't even know I did it. So, fuck her, right? Um, but like, and then I always feel a little bit better when I spit, cause it's true. It's true. Like every time I record something, you know, I feel better. I feel better about myself, and I feel better about the situation, and I feel like I get it off my chest and I talk about it. So it really helps. And then, you know, I kind of get into like roasting her new man and shit like that. And let me clarify, I did not kill anyone. I did not hire anyone to kill anyone. I just thought it was a funny line, and you know, whatever. This is all jokes and shit. But yeah, no. And then you got 1+1 is 2. This one was emotional. Um, it's kind of about like a girl that I was like low key fucking with, right? Not I didn't fuck her or anything, obviously, but um, I was just low key like, you know, like I was falling in love with her. Like it was really tough. Also, don't let nobody control you like that, cause if you let somebody control you like that, it's gonna fucking eat you the fuck up, and it's gonna suck. So trust me, I fucking know. So honestly, just shoot your fucking shot. And if she's like roasting you or whatever and all that, you know, at least you were honest and not lying and shit and like holding it back or whatever. And she's like screenshots it and posting on her story or whatever. She's just a fucking shit person. So like fuck her, you know, like. You gonna be up one day and she gonna be down, and then she gonna be coming back to you. But guess what? You don't take her back. That's exactly how it works. All right, that's payback. All right. Um. So yeah, a lot of it was also like sometimes you know you gotta sit back and relax. Um, and then it also gets into like you started talking shit about me, and then you know what happened? What happened? Why you switching up? Type shit. Um, but then it gets into like talking about 1+1 is 2. That's why all I think about is you. You live in my head all the time. Can't stop thinking about you. Got you on my mind. It makes me want to stop breathing. Can't stand this pain for one more evening. I said, Shawty, you will never understand, will you? That's the way I feel about you, right? So like, this woman still has no idea, as far as I know, has no idea that I felt that way about her. Like she still doesn't know. So you know, and I hope she doesn't. I hope she doesn't, cause yeah, I don't want to deal with that. Um, but like, also, I'm conflicted because it's like, you know, if I told her, I already know what the response would be. But I'm also like, how do I 100% know for a fact that that would be the response? And that's what people have told me. But like, I also sit there and I'm like, I know, bro. Like, I know what the answer is gonna be. Like, please, like, get off my ass. You know. And then there's also, I don't think this verse made it in. Maybe it did. I don't think it did. No, wait, no, yeah, it did. It did. Or at least part of it did. Um, but yeah, and then we'll get on to the next one, which was Flower, which was also kind of about the same person, but it also kind of wasn't because it was about somebody else. But it could be applied, I guess, to both. Just talking about how, like, you know, you fell in love with them, but it never happened because you didn't pull the trigger on it and, you know, express how you felt, or you know, the other person just kind of stopped talking to you, or you kind of noticed that maybe the feelings were starting to fade. I would like to do something about that as well eventually, talking about how like it was like you had a lot of feelings for this person but they faded away. And it, you know, it's kind of crazy that could happen because like that's just wild. That shit's wild. Um but Yeah, and I also was talking about kind of how like I was there for you, but you were never there for me. So if you kind of look at the line of it's, but what now? It's just something I can't allow. I think I'm being too nice, letting all these people in. I was open late nights. When you had your problems going on, you would lay there and talk till dawn. But when it came for my time to speak, you seemed to not care. You just looked at me with a stare. You told me something, but you actually said nothing. As in, like, some people just like, you know, some people, sorry about that. Some people just like, you know, um, like, they'll talk to you and they'll like act like they care, and and like, but in reality they don't give a fuck. Like, they could give less of a fuck. Like, they really could give less of a fuck. Like, some people just don't give a fuck, and it sucks. It sucks. um and at that point you go and find somebody else to talk to, because don't keep relying on that person that doesn't give a fuck about you, honestly. And then I also kind of just go on to say that, like, um let's see, the feelings I had, wait, no, it let me okay, I'm just gonna start. You The words, they make no sense. It tore me down like a fence, but you didn't care. You never did. It's crazy for me that I hid from the feelings that I had. Bottled in so deep, probably should be glad, because I know if I let them know, you would have just grown. So I had to do what I needed to do to protect my feelings, because I knew that if I let them out, you would have let me go. So this love that we had didn't grow. It didn't blossom into a flower. Um, as in, like, because you didn't give a fuck, then that led me to not give a fuck, and we didn't love. Our love didn't grow, you know. And, like, I feel like that's pretty powerful, right? Um, yeah, like, it's crazy because, and then I bottled them so deep. Like, I feel like a lot of the times, like, I've referenced that a lot, where it's like I have my feelings get bottled down so goddamn deep that, like, I can't even, like once it comes out, it doesn't come out right, and, like, it's all mumbled jumbled, like just an explosion, and, like, it's crazy, like the next song, crazy. um where this one, pure fun, no truth to it at all. Pure fun, just pure, trying to have fun, trying to lighten the mood. um you know Obviously I don't do that kind of stuff. um you know but just all fun, just trying to have fun. I'm not really gonna go over it, but it's just all fun. It's a little, it's a little, what's the word for that? I guess I don't want to say sexual, but it's a little sexual. So yeah, I'm just not gonna do that. And then this one, yeah, this one's kind of bad. I think I ended up, yeah, I didn't even release this one, or if I did, I deleted it very soon after. There's no way for me to, I can't find it, but um, yeah, there's a song that I made that did not get put in there, and then there was another song that I made that didn't get put in there. Um, so I'm just gonna read them out, because I don't think they're ever gonna come out. So I feel like it would just be better if I just, like, read it to you. Does that work? I guess. Let me know. Um, if you've even made it this far, you probably haven't, because it's kind of just me rambling for 40 minutes. Um, but so the song was called "Fell in Love Again." So it goes. I think I fell in love again. Can't even to begin to tell you how I truly feel, 'cause I know how much it'll hurt. You took my heart since the flirt, but I can't seem to get you off my mind. Laying in my bed at night, I just want you there right next to me. That kind of explains itself, where it's like, I fell in love with you, but you didn't fall in love with me, and I feel like that's happened way too many times. Way too many times with me. I fall in love very easily, and it's hard. Um, and it's something I'm trying to get better at. But um, I get my hopes up, and my hopes get crushed, metaphorically, physically, all that shit. And then so I think I fell in love again. I can't even begin to tell you how I truly feel because I know it'll never work, but it sucks because it hurts. You living in my mind again, shot me in the brain. I lived, but it feels like I fell in love again, again, again. Once again, comparing the pain that I was feeling to getting shot in the head because my mind was spinning so fast all the time when I'm around her, and like it's just crazy and it sucks. So I feel like I did release this though. Why do I feel like I released this? Oh wait, I did release this. I'm actually so stupid, guys. Oh shit, I'm actually dumb as fuck. But I'm going through the lyrics, so you should appreciate it. Um, and then just uh, can't remember a time I felt this blue. Feel down when you're around. Had to go, had to hide. Once again, hiding the feelings, bottled them up. Once again, she's not gonna listen to this because she doesn't know about it. So, and she probably won't know who the fuck she is because she doesn't know. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. Um, you know, and I was just kind of talking about how I can't fall in love again because I don't want to be lied to or hurt. I feel like a lot of people go through that. A lot of people kind of go through like not being able to talk about their problems because they feel like trash or they feel bad, and every time they feel like they, talk about their shit, it just doesn't work. And once again, talking about how at the very end, because I know it'll never hurt, and it sucks because it hurts. You living in my mind again. You shot me in the brain. I lived, but it feels like I fell in love again. So I think the song was originally supposed to be I fell in love again, but I think I just love again, right? Is that what I did? Yeah. See, I don't even know what I did half the time. Like, I don't even fucking know. The next one's kind of long. Not gonna lie, kind of long. But it's called The Way I Feel About You. And granted, I had just gone to a concert, so I was feeling really inspired when I wrote this. It was like 2 a.m. When I wrote this, but I was feeling really inspired. But I don't think it necessarily works for my voice and my vocal type and all that shit, like my flows and the beats and stuff that I use. But it's just, I gave you the world when I knew I shouldn't, and you went and broke my heart. That's how it would have started. And then I know you didn't give a shit from the start. I should have ended it, but I can't help the way I feel about you. Can't keep having these thoughts about you, but I can't change no matter how much I wanted to. I couldn't change. The boy my mama raised won't let me change, but I can't help it. The way I feel about you, about you, about you. So basically saying that, like, even though you have fucked me over so many times or whatever the hell you've done, took my heart, broke my heart, I just can't help the way I feel about you, and I'm gonna feel that way about you, and because I felt about that way about you. And I don't think, I mean, I don't know. I'm conflicted sometimes with like how I feel about some certain people that I know, but it's fine. And then the way I feel about you when I know I shouldn't, it's the worst kind of feeling because your heart aches when you know in your brain it's just not right. And that's what I told myself at night, that I could change the way I feel about you, right? And like it's kind of that talk of like, they're not good for you, but you still are like have those same feelings for them, and that sucks. Tell you something. Let me tell you something. That shit sucks. That is terrible. When you know that like it's not right and they're not the right person for you, but you still feel that way, please, bro. Oh my god, that is terrible. That is awful. And your heart aches. Your heart aches. Like, it's crazy. But then I go on to say, you really don't deserve it. Don't think there's a bitch in the world that deserves it. Deserves the love I've got to give. It seems like they're all the same, only wanting the same. I just can't get past it because I know I'm the shit, but I can't show it because I know I can't keep taking all this pain when I said I'd let you go, and that left me all alone while I lay in bed at night getting high in my thoughts, and all I see is you. I could see it in your eyes that you were through because I didn't deserve you. Um, that I don't, now that I'm reading that back, it's kind of counterproductive, but kind of like, but also you kind of get that same thought sometimes where it's like, well, maybe it's me, you know? But then you also know in the back of your mind that you deserve the best because, or at least you should think in the back of your mind to yourself that you deserve the best, you know? And when you lay in your bed and those thoughts come creeping through your head, like, and all you see is this person or all you think about is this person, like that's tough. Like, I mean, that's really hard to go through. And like, I sympathize with anybody that, you know, can't get somebody off their mind, maybe even if it's a bad person, like, and you just sit there and think about them all the time, and you know they're bad for you, and you know you shouldn't, but you still do. You still do, because they've almost got you hooked on them like a drug, even though, like, you know it's bad. It's kind of the same thing. Like, you know drugs are bad, but you still do them. Like, there's like, I bet you ask 9 out of 10 crackheads, they're like, yeah, I know it's bad, but I do it anyways because I feel like my body needs it, and like, I feel like people know they need love, right? And some people just, they have a hard time finding it. And, that's, I feel that way sometimes. Not, and I just feel like sometimes it's not worth all of that pain, And then, the way I feel about you when I know I shouldn't, it's the worst kind of feeling. Your heart aches when you know in your brain it's just not right. That's what I told myself at night, that I couldn't change the way I feel about you. So, once again, getting into that, I shouldn't feel this way about you, but I can't change it. So, and then it's, once again, and I know that I just can't change. I can't change the way I feel about you, So, kind of gets into that, I know that I can't change. I cannot change. Like, I feel like, I don't know if anybody relates to that. Like, am I the crazy one here? Like, am I the crazy one here? Of, like, knowing that you just can't like this person, but yet you still do. You still do. It's, if you haven't been through that, I envy you. Because I wish I was in your position. I wish I was in your position. And I know some people that have been in a similar situation as me. Where it's not going to work, but yet you still do it because, you just feel like it's in your heart, it's right. Sometimes people listen to their heart, not their gut and their brain. Or they, other things, they don't think about it, they just do it. Well, I've been going for 48 minutes, kind of just rambling. Yeah, but if there's anything you take away from this, if you're still listening, first off, absolute G, like literally an absolute G. And yeah, I don't know. It's I've literally just been sitting here pouring my heart out to you for an hour. Think about that. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, if this does well, maybe we'll do another one. And we'll talk about whatever. But this is like, I feel like this is a monumental moment in history. Like name another person that's just sat here for an hour and went through their shit. Just talking about shit, just talking about their shit going on. I would love to talk about like TV shows, movies, games, whatever. But yeah. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and like leave a comment or whatever, and just let me know. It's probably going exclusively on YouTube because I don't think that SoundCloud would allow this long of a recording, or if it did, I would be running out and you'd never get another song again. So I don't know what you want. So it's going on the YouTube. Yeah, but the YouTube hasn't done too well, so maybe this won't do well, but maybe it will. Maybe it will. But, one can hope, right? One can hope. But once again, thank you if you made it this far. If you listened all the way through, you're a fucking real one. I know it's an hour long, but people, people listen to podcasts all the time that are an hour long. So why not listen to this? Somebody pouring their heart out to you, talking to you from real shit, just shooting the shit with you, kind of having a conversation with no one, just talking to myself for an hour. Um, you know, but yeah, if you enjoyed this, just let me know. And maybe we'll do part 2 or make it a weekly thing. Maybe, probably not. Probably can't do that. But we'll never know. You never know. But thank you for listening if you did. I'm gonna put this up. So, yeah. Busta out, baby. Let's get it.